Welcome to Inside IT Automation, a ScriptRunner production.
All right, so here we are, another Inside IT Automation episode from PSConfEU in Antwerp, and I have with me Bruno Buyck.
Yes, that's correct.
That's correct, thank you. And I know you for, well, a couple of years already.
I think this was 2019.
Yeah, I think
the
so
end
too.
of the year.
Yeah, and
You posted something on LinkedIn. You needed some guys with PowerShell knowledge to test your product and write some blog posts. So we had a little chat together, and it was really nice. Then we did some crazy stuff on ScriptRunner.
yeah,
Like the YouTube video with
the Christmas tree and
yes.
PowerShell. Yeah, absolutely. So, and the rest is history, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's history.
So, and as we are at the PSConfEU, so how is the conference for you so far?
Really good. I was the first 4 years of the conference. I was in Hanover. I was there also. Then I had a little sabbatical a few years, and now I came back, and it's good. A lot of knowledge, a lot of nice people, good sessions, nice chats. All you can have.
Awesome. Any special highlight you want to mention?
Walter Lehovsky is always fun to look at.
Oh, yeah.
He knows how to make things juicy and just digestible after food and after a drink. It's really nice.
And especially because he has a kind of a tri-topic, which is security.
Yes.
And it gets it entertained, right?
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, awesome. So tell us a little bit about your PowerShell journey. When did you start using PowerShell?
I started using PowerShell since V1. It was 2007.
All right.
I was then a second-line support engineer, and I hated to click and do repetitive tasks. So I first made my script in 2008. That was to set a password for an Active Directory user, and from then on, I used PowerShell to do almost everything.
Okay. And so, is there any specific use case or project that was the coolest thing I did with PowerShell?
It was a long time ago that a customer was hacked, and they asked me to restore Active Directory, but several domains without the trust into one domain. So I had to recover the backup files, the database files, read them with PowerShell, extract the data, merge them, get everything synced with Azure AD. Now it's Entra ID, and so on. It was a really nice job.
Okay, and the customer was happy?
Yes, was really happy.
Yeah. Awesome. So you're doing PowerShell consulting, but you're also doing PowerShell trainings, right?
Yes, I have made my own course material for PowerShell. Let's say the students are getting a real practice environment, 5,000 users in AD, synced with Office 365, with Exchange Online, SharePoint, Teams, and they are able to manage and to play with it during the course.
Okay, and your method includes using Lego, right?
Yes, Lego. So you have to find a way to explain methods, properties, and objects in a clear way to people who are not known to that.
Yeah.
So I use Lego blocks and a Lego module. Okay. So I put a box of Lego blocks on the desk, and then I say, let's import the module import Lego. Mm-hmm. Let's see the commands for Lego, and then you are filtering on properties like color, block size, and so on. Okay. And that's how they learn the basics of PowerShell and how they can match the Lego with a Windows service and so on. So that's really nice. Okay.
And I guess this is a good match because a lot of people in the IT are interested in using Lego and having fun with Lego. Yeah. So, and I think you even have a module that you use during the training, right?
Yes, it's a module that's called Lego. It's only for demo purposes and educational purposes. Okay. And it's a class with Lego blocks with all methods, all properties, and you can explain almost any use case with that.
Okay. Is it publicly available, or is it something that you have you just use for your training?
Not yet, but perhaps you can make it publicly available.
Okay, or maybe a good reason to book a training with Bruno to get it, to see it, how it works, right?
Yes, the website is PowerShell.wtf, so what the fuck.
Yeah, and so we're gonna have the link in the description of the video, of course, and people can find you on LinkedIn as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, as you are from Belgium, what do you think about the Belgium PowerShell User Group was restarted at the beginning of the year?
That was really cool. It's something we missed in Belgium. We didn't have a user group for a few years, and now it's good to go to events, to see people, to connect, to share knowledge, and so on. I guess one of the next sessions I will give also a short talk about PowerShell or one of my experience in the field.
Yeah, that is what I was about to ask. Because with all the knowledge, I'm sure you have a lot of experience to share. And then know that because you already did a session for the PowerShell User Group Rennecker, which I'm hosting together with Ryan.
Oh, I've forgotten that.
Yes, the 10 tips to optimize.
10 tips to optimize your scripts, some basic tips on how to make your scripts better and secure.
Yeah, and it's actually available also on YouTube, so we're going to have another link in the description so people can find that.
Yes. That was my first session through Teams. And normally I never do sessions via the internet. It's always face-to-face to have the interaction and also to just pinpoint the issue directly. If you are on the other side of the screen, you cannot see what the person is thinking and so on. They mute the microphone, they blow the camera, and you cannot see anything. You don't know if the people are really catching and fetching the material as it should be.
Yeah. And so as you're doing the training, so what kind of people, what kind of profile do they have? Are they beginners? Are they intermediates? Are they advanced? Is it all of the above?
Well, I trained people who didn't know anything about programming.
Okay.
That was for a city in Belgium. They had an archive department, and that guys were archiving just paper into drawers.
Okay.
And they had to move to SharePoint. So I made them write a script so they can move documents in bulk and assign SharePoint tags to them.
Okay.
That took me 2 days to explain the basics of PowerShell and a little deep dive into SharePoint. And they managed to do everything they want after the course. So it was a special case.
And did you do it with the Microsoft SharePoint module or with the PNP PowerShell module? PNP. Of course.
You had to set tags and so on, and the Microsoft model is limited.
Yeah. As we know.
The PNP model has also some issues or some bugs, but it's a community model, so it's normal, it's work in progress.
It's interesting because I interviewed Erwin, who started the whole thing 10 years ago, and I think he told me we have about 700 something commandlets available, and it's growing. So, but coming back to the people that are coming to your training, so what would you say are let's say the things that the people kind of have problems the most with understanding when they start using PowerShell? Is there something that the people have in common? That when they think, this is a kind of a concept I have to get used to, or things like that?
I guess especially the commandlets, the pipelining, if they're not used to pipelining, and also how to approach things in a pipeline, the $_ $PS item, and so on. That's in the first time a little bit difficult. But once they've got the trick, they are on a highway to writing really nice scripts.
Yeah. Then they be on the highway to Shell.
It's on highway to Shell, yes.
That's the highway to Shell.
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So maybe a little bit from your project experience, especially because we talked about just now about SharePoint and PNP PowerShell.
Yes.
Because my experience is that sometimes organizations say, we're only going for Microsoft modules. So, and if it's community, even if it's much better, more reliable, more features, they say, no, we are not allowed to do. Do you run into situations like this as well? I
run into a situation like that, but it's mainly because of, by example, IZ and Visual Studio Code.
Okay.
Some customers have a hard requirement that everything should be out of the box on a server, so no Visual Studio Code, which is bit pity, I think. And also modules has to be vetted by security. Okay. but the PNP SharePoint module is, let's say, it's okay. And a worst case scenario, we version engineer the module and look at the API calls it is doing and just taking that single part and moving it to the script.
Okay, okay.
That's also a way we've done it in the past.
Okay, yeah, that's of course a good way if you just need
that specific module, just reverse engineer if it's, is it possible.
Yeah.
And since it's community edition, it's no problem. You have the sources.
Yeah, interesting. As we're talking about things like VS Code and stuff, what do you think about adoption of PowerShell 7?
That's a tricky question. I love PowerShell 7 to use it. It's as good as cross-platform and so on. But at this moment, many customers refuse to use 7. Reason is it's not out of the box in the operating system. It's open source, so the code is available and can be exploited.
Yeah, okay.
In specific cases. It's a work in progress, I guess. The PowerShell 7. Once they got everything, let's say, everything sorted out, and it comes by design at the operating system, I guess it will be much faster adopted than it is now.
Yeah, I think that's what we hear, or I hear as well. Oftentimes, like the issue, my main issue is you have to deploy it somehow. It's not in the system by default, and that is kind of keeping companies from starting to, at least in a broader sense.
Sometimes you have an option if you have to use a module which is only PowerShell 7 compatible. I know a few of them, and they're using invoke REST method with a specific JSON web token or JavaScript web token. It's a pain in the ass to get it working on a 5.1.
Yeah. And it was interesting because on Monday in the opening session they did a real-life survey asking who is using Windows PowerShell, who's using PowerShell 7. And I think it was almost 50-50,
yes.
Right? And also then they asked about VS Code and ISE. And ISE is still, I think, 40 or 38% or something?
Yes, widely used.
Yeah. And to be honest, I still like it, so... Sorry?
But you had to ask one question. Do you use ISE with the steroids model?
Is it still available?
I guess it, yes. Install module, no problem.
Okay. So I'm not using it, so...
Yeah, try it.
Okay, I will. Okay, I will. I will look into it. It's from Tobias, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So pity he isn't here.
Yeah. That's true. But I think he's still active on his blog, so there's still activities going on.
Blog last week, so perhaps.
So let's say for someone who's wants to start using PowerShell, what would you say is what you recommend how to start?
How to start? There are a lot of materials online. First of all, you should ask a really nice, cool poster.
Okay.
And my courses are giving you a poster from ScriptRunner.
Yes.
It's a nice cheat sheet. You can put it on the wall and you can start from there. And also there's a lot of material available online. Just look at the Microsoft help and just keep trying. Never give up. Let's say the first 50 lines of code you will write will be difficult, but once you've got, let's say, once the puzzle is made, you can do crazy stuff with it. Just keep on trying, never give up.
Yeah, and there's a great community, right? You can always ask.
Go to conference. There are user groups which will happily answer your questions. So
or Discord. There's so many online channels.
Twitter, X, all you want. It's. Let's say it's widely supported by the community. Yeah,
absolutely. So, any special plans where we can see you as a speaker in PSConf or other conferences or online events? Any plans for new projects?
Next PowerShell event and one of the Belgium PowerShell User Group sessions.
Okay, awesome.
Normally.
Okay, so also people should follow the Belgium PowerShell User Group. There's a website, which again we will have in the description, so people can follow what happened. So the first one was in January. There was an online one, I think, with Christian Ritter.
Yes, about performance tuning, I guess. Was that? Yeah. Okay, the next one, I guess, will be in August or September. We have to ask Xavier for that.
And talking of him, So he introduced a shorten the code
Yes.
competition. So did you join? Did you look at it?
Let's say I give it a quick try without looking into the API help, because you can change the API call, which makes it short. But let's say on code level, I reduced from 240 characters to 110 in a few minutes without using, let's say, crazy stuff. Just basic things.
Okay, nice.
It was for fun. It was not to win a prize.
I mean, that's what it is, right?
Yes.
But,
and I'm sure if I will look back again and take 15 minutes will be more short, but...
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. Like, did you already receive a few results? He says yes, and one person even got the code longer, which I find interesting. So maybe someone didn't get the memo, but
he didn't use the .count property,
or maybe just wanted to make it look more beautiful. More comments, whatever.
Yes.
All right. So thanks, Bruno, for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
So I think it was interesting to hear things from you and how you do the trainings and things like that. And they can find you on LinkedIn, online on your website. So we will have the links in the description.
Okay.
And
can I ask a question back?
Yes, sure.
So ScriptRunner.
Yes,
I
heard about it.
I guess it's on your shirt.
Yes, true.
So the next versions, will they support like Python and other things, just to get more community or more people fitted into it?
That's a good question. We have internal discussions about that because obviously Python is an important scripting language.
Yes.
Maybe not so much in IT automation, but in other areas, data science and stuff like that. So, you never know. It's definitely something that already some customers are using by styling it from within the PowerShell script.
Yes.
But of course, that's kind of an indirect, not really elegant way of...
It's difficult to catch feedback and so on. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So it's an opportunity. It's a possibility.
Yes.
Let's put it this way. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You want to ask another question?
No.
Okay. But so again, thanks for the conversation.
Thanks, Heiko, for having me.
Thanks for watching, hopefully. And see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.